Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Craig Hogan, Director of the Business Writing Center. The Business Writing Center has been training business writers around the world since 1997. We offer 45 self-pacing online business writing courses taught by highly qualified instructors. The Business Writing Center has developed this series of videos to give you the best practices in business writing that you can use to take care of problems we know business people experience in writing. You know what it's like to send an email to a help desk or support person describing a problem. It could be with software, hardware, a new phone system, or any of the other hundreds of new business tools we must use daily. The problem is often the support person provides the wrong suggestion or doesn't understand what you're describing. That results in another round of emails as you try to get across to the support person what your problem is, and he or she tries to understand what you're saying. In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can describe a problem so clearly that it can be solved with one email exchange. This is an example of a description of a problem that will result in a series of back and forth emails. Derek writes, "My password doesn't work." This could mean I can't access my files, or I can access my files but not the data entry program, or I can access my files and the data entry program but the system tells me I'm not authorized to save, or I can get in but I have to enter the username and password twice, or any of a dozen other things. So Sam, the help desk representative, sends an email back to Derek asking, "What do you mean it doesn't work?" Derek writes back with an equally unhelpful note. "I can't get into the system. I need a reset." Sam still needs to know what's going on to suggest a solution. So he returns yet another email asking, "What do you mean you can't get into the system?" This dialogue can go back and forth through several email exchanges, wasting time for both Derek and Sam, and it makes both of their inboxes fuller with all of the back and forth email. Instead of wasting all that time exchanging emails, Derek should write a single, clear description of the problem, so Sam can respond with a single email containing the solution. You see all that blank space now? That's space that helped reduce inbox problems and gave both Derek and Sam time they would have wasted. They can use it to have a relaxing coffee break. I will explain to you in this video how you can write a one email description of the problem so you usually get a one email solution. Of course, at times you will have another email or two as you help the help desk or support person isolate the problem. But even then, you will be able to reduce the number of emails that you exchange. You'll have a less full inbox, and you'll be a happy camper because you can get on with your work more quickly. This isn't the person describing his problem who's happy. This is Sam, the help desk representative, who just got an email that was so clear he could actually solve the problem. I'm going to start with what you should not do when describing the problem. Don't write vague general statements. Don't write, "I can't get it to work." The support person can't work with this small amount of information. That means another round of emails. Don't write, "The program won't let me in." The support person wonders, "What program? What do you mean by won't let me in?" "My machine doesn't let me finish." Now I know that my computer has a mind of its own, so sometimes it does what it wants to do, not what I want. But a machine won't keep this person from finishing, so the help desk won't be able to help. The second thing you shouldn't do is write just the solution you think will solve the problem without describing the problem. The help desk representative may have a better solution, but can't give it to you without knowing what the problem is. "My password needs to be reset." What is the problem with the password? It may not need a reset. The support person can't give a solution when the writer provides only what he or she believes will solve the problem. "Send a drum unit that works." What's wrong with the drum unit? It may be a common problem the support person will know about immediately and send a solution within 10 minutes. Email another file that opens without a problem. What difficulty did you have with the file? Is it that the file is corrupted, or do you need a file for another program? Instead, write a clear description of the problem so the help desk or support representative can give you a solution. Follow 6 guidelines to write a one email description problem so that you get a one email solution. These are the guidelines. Be courteous and professional. Describe the device, system, or procedure that you're using. Describe specifically where you experienced the problem. Describe what you did before the problem occurred. Describe what you saw, heard, felt, or smelled that was the problem. Describe anything you did to remedy the problem and the results. I'll describe these guidelines one at a time. Guideline 1, be courteous and professional. This is Derek. Derek is a new father and was up half the night with his infant son. He's having a bad hair day. So Derek is letting out his frustration on the help desk representative. That's counterproductive. Don't bite the hand that could feed you. The help desk can find a solution. Antagonizing the representative is not going to help Derek achieve his goal. Instead, see the help desk and support people as partners in helping you become successful. They didn't create the problem, but they can help you solve it. Always begin cordially, without venting your frustration. Tell your partner, the help desk representative, what the problem is in general. You'll then give him or her the specifics. You're more likely to get the cooperation and solution you want. Then begin to explain the problem. Start with a clear statement of the device, system, or procedure that you're using. It might be the Alton Designer. Add the specific information, Module 2. Or write the Apex tutorial with the specific information, Lesson 16. Or the electronic pass key with the specific information at the south entrance. Whatever the description, be specific. This is Derek again. He has a problem and will send an email to the help desk. We'll follow his communication during this video. He writes his cordial opening that we've seen already. Then he states the product, system, or procedure. In this case, he's using his company's new customer data tracker system. Next, he describes specifically where he encountered the problem. I was at the screen with change parameters at the top. I was taking the quiz titled Test Your Knowledge of the Change Hinges Procedure. I was changing the toner cartridge. I had just finished entering the customer's data and was about to save the record. Be specific. Derek knows he needs to tell the help desk where he encountered the problem. So he writes, I was at the screen titled Customer Tax Data. The next step in writing a clear description of the problem is to describe what you did before the problem occurred. This description should include a clear action. I typed, I inserted, I pressed enter. Don't write a vague, I finished the screen or I did the procedure. Write a clear, concrete, actual action. I typed the client's first name and pressed enter. The actions are typed and pressed. I lifted the lid, unhooked the tray, and lifted the tray out of the unit. That uses action words. I put together the top frame and inserted the 4 posts into it, so they snapped into place. Derek knows this next step is to describe what he did prior to the problem. He writes, I put in my client's social security number and tax ID number, or TIN. I clicked on Review Fields and a list of the data I had entered appeared. The actions are put in, clicked, and he describes what he saw, a list of data. The next step is to describe what you saw, heard, felt, or smelled that was the problem. When you write this description, make sure you write sensed information. Smelled is in this list because you might smell a circuit burning. Avoid vague phrases that have no senses in them, like it didn't work, I couldn't log in, it wouldn't let me open it. Without the sensed information, the support representative doesn't get the picture of what happened. This is a good example. I saw an error message that read, you are not authorized to change this field. The sensed word is saw. I pressed the lever to release the tray from the unit and pulled on the tray. It stayed firmly in. The sensed words are pressed and stayed firmly in. After I snapped the posts into the top frame, the front left-hand post was loose. The frame came off of the post when we held onto the frame and lifted the carrier unit. The other posts held. You can see the sense words. Derek knows that he must describe the problem using sense words. He writes, only the social security number appeared, not the TIN. The sensed word is appeared. The last step in the procedure is to describe anything you tried to remedy the problem and the results of what you tried. I changed the authorization on the account to administrator, but still got the error message, you are not authorized to access this account. Write the actions and what you see, hear, feel, or smell as a result of them. I tried to pry the tray out while holding down the lever, but it still wouldn't budge. We switched posts to see if the loose one would fit better in another frame hole. The post was loose in any other hole we tried. Derek knows he must finish his description of the problem for the help desk by writing what he tried and the results. He writes, I went back to the customer tax data screen and entered the Social Security number and TIN again, but the TIN still didn't appear on the review data screen. Derek then sends his clear, complete email to the help desk. This is the response he gets from Sam of the help desk staff 10 minutes later. Sam begins by introducing himself cordially. I'm Sam Watkins at the help desk. Thanks for the clear email. He reminds Derek of the issue he asked about. You asked why the system is omitting the Social Security number. He gives the reason. Your customer must be a sole proprietorship. The IRS wants his or her Social Security number, not TIN, so it omits the TIN. He gives the solution. To include both, on the setup screen, select Include All Data, not the default Include IRS Data Only. Sam ends cordially, let me know if that works or if you need more help. The result is two very satisfied business people. Derek has written a one email description of the problem, so it is clear, and Sam is able to solve the problem in one email. That's your goal for descriptions of problems you send to the help desk or support. You can do it if you follow these 6 guidelines. Be courteous and professional. Describe the device, system, or procedure you're using. Describe specifically where you experienced the problem. Describe what you did before the problem occurred. Describe what you saw, heard, felt, or smelled that was the problem. Describe anything you tried to remedy the problem and the results. You'll be able to write descriptions of problems in one email that will get one email solutions a few minutes later.